guys, good morning. Happy Thursday, happy second day of STEM day this week. I'm gonna go over the quick overview of your agenda today. So bear with me. I'm presenting my screen. So today, guys, we're gonna continue on equation of a circle, except we're gonna extend it a little bit more. So as you can see, you only need your Chromebook. You'll have to make a copy of the work time document. I'll show you exactly where it is right now. Your warm-up video, please keep watching this video. I'm going to go over your warm-up with you so we know exactly what equation of a circle looks like, and then what is center, and what does that look like, where is radius, and what is x and y, intercepts and the coordinate points. After that, we're going to go, you guys are going to go on into your independent work. The first part is equation of a circle review, so sort of like what we did on Tuesday, except now you guys will for sure understand what center or where that is located on your equation, and also radius. And then please take your break, 10-minute break, and then after that you're going to come back, and now we're going to determine if a point is on the circle, and I will also go over that in this video. So in between, you can either pause it, this video, or you can just continue and like kind of skip all the way to number 2 on independent work, whatever it works for you. At the end, you have an exit ticket. You have a two questions on the doc, and then for you to turn in this doc onto Canvas. So again, your entire work time is in one document. Hopefully that makes it easier on you. So I kind of color coded this in hopes that it helps you. So your warm up is all going to be under the title that is in blue. Independent work all under the title that is red, and then lastly your exit tickets all under the title that is green. So it's the same thing here. And then if we go into your document is going to be located here all the time, right? Where it says Thursday's work time document, you're gonna go ahead and click it, and you should go automatically into your document already. Don't forget to make a file, a copy, and then the same thing as last Tuesday, make sure you put your first name, initial of your first name, and then your last name, so I know exactly who's whose. Because I get almost 90 of them, okay? Alright, before we go here and I explain this section, I'm going to go back to Tuesday's work. I do apologize because if you guys were on your warm-up, number 3, it was actually in your warm-up, it had it like this, right? So you guys got super weird graphs where they're not weird, but you have never seen them. It's a side parabola, right? But that's not my intention. That was not my intention for that day. My intention was for you to graph a circle, so I do apologize. So if you want to go back and fix that or look at it again, you can totally do that, okay? So today I'm going to go over what all of this meant. You guys explored a lot on Tuesday. Now let's go ahead and actually solidify this concept. So I hope you have your doc open. So have my video on one side and then the document on the other side, so you can be doing this with me. So if you have a chance to print it, you can do that. If not, you can also do it on here into the document. I'm gonna go ahead and type in the document so you guys can see how we can do this via Google Docs as well. Alright guys, so for our warm-up today, we're going to answer the questions that are below. So these 4 questions, as I explain them, and I hope that you guys are able to come to these conclusions. Please write your answers in a different color than black, okay? It does not matter which one, it's just black. So we're going to look at the equation of the circle. A few of you already asked, and you guys definitely... Sorry, let's keep going. Sorry. A few of you guys went to my office hours and asked. So a few have already seen this. We're going to use this word bank to help us. Okay. So number 1 is asking, in a complete sentence, explain what H and K stand for according to what I'm saying right now and to the equation above. So I'm going to go ahead and explain what this entire equation means. Now it's up to you to go ahead and fill up the questions, okay? So H and K are actually the center of our circles, okay? So you notice when you graph them, sometimes it was in different places, and that's because my h and k would be different every single time in a different equation. So again, h and k are our center of the circle, as we see in this picture right here. H and k are the center. Now my next question is, what is x and y, right? We have an x right here and a y, and what does that mean? So x and y is actually a point on the circle. So your exit ticket yesterday, some of choices said in the circle, on the circle, outside the circle. So we're now looking at area of a circle. If not, we would try to find a coordinate point that's inside your circle, but we're actually looking at the outside of your circle. So in this case, x and y is a coordinate point outside your circle. Okay, so in this, that wasn't properly said. So it's a coordinate point on your circle, okay, on it. So on the circle. And then lastly, how do you find your radius? Well, your radius right here, if you notice, the number on the right side of your equation is r squared. Your radius is always just r, right? And the r, the radius, is measured from the center of your circle all the way to the edge of your circle. And the way we find this is finding the square root of that number. For example, if this number right here was 36, would square root 36, and we'd know that the radius is 6 in that case. Okay, and again, your radius is from the center of your circle all the way to the end of your circle. One way that we can figure out what that center is, especially when it's not at 0, 0, is counting, okay, from the top of my circle all the way to the bottom of the circle, how much is that? 12 units. Okay, from the left side of my circle to my right side of the circle, how many units is that? 12. Okay, I know that my radius is 6. Now let me find that coordinate point, the coordinate points that are right there in the middle where my x is me. Okay, as simple as that. And then also through your equation, h and k. And then lastly, so again, we use this equation of a circle to graph our circle, right? And within that circle, we can find our center, we can find our radius, and we can also find a coordinate point on the circle. Okay, I hope this helps a little bit more in actually knowing what the equation of a circle means and what that looks like, and what can we take away from that. Great. If you guys have any question, again, my office hours are at from 3 to 4, but I'm also available from 10 to 12. So like right now. Alright guys, so now we're going to move on to our independent work. I'm going to do the first one with you just so you can see how to do it on this Google Doc. So the first one is asking us to write an equation, the equation of a circle on the third box. So we know that our center is 2, 5, and our radius is square root of 34. So for a center, guys, we're always going to do the opposite sign. So for example, if you ever want to enter an equation onto Google Docs, go ahead and go to Insert, then you put Equation, and it's going to make everything so much easier. So again, our equation of a circle must look like this one. So we know that we have x, and in this case, our x is 2. It's positive 2, so we're going to write the opposite sign. So it's minus 2, negative 2, squared. In order to do the squared, we didn't even do the equation. Let's try this again. New equation. There you go. X minus 2 squared. You can press shift and the little caret on number 6, and it brings it up. And then press your right key. Then you put plus y, and our y is 5, positive 5, so we're going to write the opposite of positive 5, which is negative 5. We're parentheses, and then we square it, must equal, and we know that our radius is 34, square root of 34. But earlier we just said that when you're trying to find r squared, which is what goes on the right side, you always do, we have square root of 34. You are going to square it. So if you square it, oh my gosh, we square it, so that little caret means squared. Technically my square root and my square cancel each other out, so in this case my r equals 34, so then I can write 34 on here. Right, now make sure that that's in a different color so I know what is yours and then like what's already in the doc. So there you go, we have our equation of a circle for our first one, and you're going to continue that with number 2, 3, and 4. And then for number 4, we have x minus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 4. What is the center? So you should be able to figure out the center. Remember, our center is h and k, and switch the signs. And then what is the radius? Remember, that's my rightmost number right over here. And then, but square rooting it. And then this question right here, what quadrant would the graph be located? So if you look up quadrants on a graph, there's 4 quadrants in a graph, right? We have, and the way I like to remember it's like a C. Quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4, just right here. So now if we go back to our document, and we know that in this case our center is going to be positive 2, 3. And if we go ahead and graph that one, 2, positive 2, and positive 3, bam. Oops, sorry. That means we'll be right here, and that means my circle is going to be located in quadrant 1. So if I go back, it's asked me to highlight. So now I go ahead and highlight right here, quadrant 1. Okay, and that's how you're going to do the rest. And the same thing here. We're trying to find the center, the radius. All right, don't forget to take your math break. So at this time, you can either pause the video, go ahead and finish the rest of these problems, and then once you're ready to move on to part 2 of today, you can go ahead and unpause it and continue. But go take a break, go drink water, finish this up, and then make sure you go and eat a little snack or something. Okay, so go ahead and pause me right now.